ॐ नमः शिवाय गुरुवे शिष्य संसार हारिणे भक्त कार्ये कदेहाय नमस्ते चित्सदात्मने। ॐ गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुदेवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। ध्यानमूलं गुरुमूर्ति पूजामूलं गुरुपदं मंत्रमूलं गुरुर्वाक्यं मोक्षमूलं गुरुकृपा। सद्गुरु भगवान की जय, स्वामी जी महाराज की जय, शिवोहम। Today we are taking the 22 stanza verse of chapter 16. In this stanza, the Sadguru Satchidananda Paramatma is telling to Arjuna what is the result of the detaching from this type of negativity. एतः विमुक्तः कौन्तेयः तमोद्वारे त्रिभिः नरः आचरति आत्मनः श्रेयः ततः यान्ति परां गतिम्। एतः, my dear Arjun, in these three, tamo dware, the door of hell, vimuktaha, free, absolutely free, naraha, it means the person, atmanaha, it means himself, Sreyaha, it means the path of extreme welfare of liberation, getting the liberation. Acharati, it means he does the meditation of awareness. Tata, by this, by that. Param, it means the extremely ultimate. Gatim, it means destination or the momentum to the awareness. Yanti, it means goes and get me. My dear Arjun, by the freeness from these three doors of hell, lust, anger, greed, the person, when free from these three doors, then does the real meditation, because they cannot allow the person doing the spiritual meditation. So, by this meditation of awareness, the person the person can reach extreme destination of the life cycle, not one life, millions of life cycle. That is, he get me or he get complete transformation into the existence. My dear friend, the Krishna, the Satchidananda Paramatma, master of millions of galaxies and billions of the universes, because he is one and only one consciousness of the world. You can give the name, many name to the Krishna. You can call him the Holy Spirit. You can call him the biggest father. You can call him the Brahma. You can call him the Vishnu. You can call him the Lord Shiva. But the existence is one. The name can be different. My dear friend, not on this planet, but billions of uncountable planets, therein there is life, therein there is different type of living beings are living. They are all having one consciousness, because the consciousness is one. So the knowing is one. So the ultimate truth is one. So the divine love is one. So the spiritual science is one. That is only one way. That is only the unique knowledge of liberation. In the Geeta, Krishna is telling to the Arjuna in this chapter 16 about the divine values and demonic values. Now, that the last two stanzas is coming. This is the third last stanza of this chapter. The Krishna going to conclude his teaching, what he want to tell in this chapter. Krishna is telling, my dear Arjuna, listen carefully. Etahe vimuktah kaunteya. Kaunteya, it means the son of Kunti. Kunti is the name of mother of Arjuna. And etahe, these threes, which is these threes? The lust, the anger, and the greed. And lust, I tell you in before stanza, the lust has several types of lust, not one type. You have the five senses and mainly five types of lust. Not only the lust of only the relationship, no. It can be lust of the food, it can be lust of the house, and many and many and many. So, if a person can free from these three, then after he can do meditation. Otherwise, when he will do the meditation, these three drawbacks will come, these three hurdles will come, these three disturbances will come, and they have the bunch of the disturbances, they have the bunch of the desires, they have the bunch of the tensions, they have the many type of unpleasant situations in front of the seeker. So, the Krishna want to clean the path of the seeker and make the path as a highway so he can run speedily. So my dear friend, the Krishna is telling, if a person can free completely from these three types of hell doors, hell ways, but how can possible that you can separate from the lust? That is very hard, that is near to impossible. Because when you read in the holy books, then you will be read the great men, they are also fall down in the lust. The king of the heaven, Indra, fall down in the lust of the Ahilya, and the husband of Ahilya, the Rishi, Gautam, shout on Ahilya and give the bad wish, and Ahilya was transformed into the stone. So there is the two ways of observation. One, the king of the heaven, which has the power of three planets, heaven, earth, and Patal. And he was fall down in the lust. So how can you save from yourself from lust? The Vishwamitra, he done 1,000,000 year hard tapa, and he was fall down in the lust of the goddess from the heaven, Menaka. If you read the Shiv Purana, you can see the origin of Shivlinga and the Jalari, the base of Shivlinga. You can read that story when the goddess was bathing in a spring, and how the Lord Shiva behaved, and then how the Indra sent the chakra. So my dear friend, there is no way to separate from the lust, even the lust. Then the Guru, the Master, the Sadguru is important here. Because even the Indra cannot save himself from the lust. But the many masters of Sadguru, they are completely saved from the lust, and their disciples also. They make safety of their disciples from the lust. They do not involve in the lust. Even in the ashrams of the great gurus, there was many beautiful women they are living, but neither guru nor his disciples, they are involved in the lust. Even you can see that the five sensory organs, food or the input, they are not attract the enlightened person or their disciples. So the way of coming out from the lust, that is only the grace of Master Sadguru and the meditation in his surveillance or in his direction. And second thing is that anger. Anger is also biggest drawback and biggest enemy and biggest door of unconsciousness of hell. How can a person conquer the anger or manage the anger? That cannot be possible by the god and the goddesses. You can see the story of anger of the Durvasa. You can see the story of many god and goddesses. They are comes in the anger and shout bad wishes to the disciple, to the devotees. So anger is also big enemy, anger is also big drawback, and anger is a big energy tank, and that energy tank can be used in the path of liberation as a booster engine of the rocket. But unfortunately, persons do not know the use of this fuel in his journey of his spiritual path. So they blast in this fuel that is called, that blast is called anger. And third is greed. Greed is also can be used in the positive manner, but most of person, they are dying in the greed by the negativity. You can use every tool as a surgeon's knife, and you can use every tool as a criminal's knife. So this teaching only can give you by the master Sadguru. Nobody can give you. So Krishna is telling here that how can you come out, or how can you separate, or how can you detach from these three: kama, krodha, lobha, lust, anger, greed. Because these are the doorway of the hell, and hell is not like that as you think, as your books describe. There is no any planet like hell, which the souls are going there, and they are frying the souls in the oil, and they are cutting the souls by the swords, and they are cutting the souls by the spines, and they are pushing them in the dirty mud tanks. No, that is only a hypothetical imagination about the hell. Hell is presence in every birth. A person, even he get the human life, but he lives worried. That is, his life is like hell. A person is get human life, and his life is loveless, full of tension, full of foolishness, full of dilemmas, full of sorrows and pains. That is hell. And a person goes to waste all his life, nothing remaining utilized in the positive way of this life. He spoiled all the life in the meaningless activities, and that is the hell-like life. He is using his life in the saddest way, or the giving the sorrow to others. That is hell. My dear friend, this is the vast spectrum of these things. I can describe many days on only one topic, but I am giving you this discourse in the shortly. The kama, the krodha, and the lobha, they are three doors of the hell, and they open in another type of the hell. The kama open in the various type of lust animal life, like a dog, like a pig, like a donkey. They are all lust oriented lives. So the person who is involved all the life in the kama, or the crying for the kama, or crying for the lust, or crying for enjoyment of physical relationship, he is searching the physical relationship, then what will be happen? He will be become in the next life this lust oriented birth. There is so many species you can see, you can study. They are lust oriented. That is the hell. And second is the anger. You can see if a person will die by the impression and the practices of the anger, his total complete life is like an angry man. Then that person will go. The similar type of the lives that is called the hell of anger. I am giving you some examples of the hell of anger birth. One is a snake. A snake, like a very angry person, become a very poisonous snake. And second is, you can see the cruel wild cats, tigers, panthers, leopards' loins. And thirdly, the person who is greedy, he goes in the life of honeybee or collective lives. The lives, they are collective some things. Honeybee hai, termite, and rat, and so on. So you please understand what is the karma theory goes in this illusion of the Maya. Because that person is completely unknown or completely innocent or completely living in the dark of the illusion, he do not know about enlightenment, he do not know about the goodness, he do not know about the journey of spirituality. So, there is no alternative for that man, because these three doors are open for him. But a person fortunately get the master. Only that person can be escape. Only that person can be save himself by these three type of the flow from human to other lives, from human life to hell. And the Sadguru take that person, take that seeker, in his guidance and keen observation and close disciplism and very, very close to heart, then Sadguru to act on that disciple like a painter act on the canvas, like a sculptor work on the stone piece and make an idol. So, gradually Sadguru work on that disciple and save that disciple from this type of negativity in the life, and save the disciple completely from the demonic values of the character. So, when the Sadguru saved that disciple by this type of demonic characters of the life, the negativity, that the period when the Sadguru take the disciple in his shelter, that is called the period of services and period of surrender of the disciple. Because disciple do not know what is the real way, and Sadguru cannot explain now because disciples' psychology is not appropriate. So the Sadguru and disciple, they are make a divine loving relationship, a close friendship, a close well-wishership, a intimacy between two Sadguru and disciples. Then gradually the disciple can see the Sadguru, can faith on the Sadguru, and Sadguru can see the disciple and give him some strong measures about to stay in this path. So when this process will complete after some time, then he can save the disciple from the lust, anger and greed. Then what will be happen? Then the person is saved from the lust, anger and greed. And he is doing the meditation of awareness. He is seeing everything is coming and going in his brain in the form of the thoughts. Then in this process, a very important tool That is called a meditation. This meditation is the symbolic representation in this sloka, in this verse, that is acharati. Acharati, it means behaves. When a disciple comes in the nearly and dearly in the Sadguru's heart, then Sadguru give him the teachings with the love, and the disciple start the meditation. That is the acharati. Acharati is a very big, vast word. Not only meditation, but up to liberation, up to enlightenment, and up to supreme enlightenment. Enlightenment not only in the awakeness, but even in the dream and even in the sleep. That is, comes in this word acharati. My dear friend, you know very well that this world is not true, because if this world is true, then in the dream, where is the world? World is eradicate when you sleep in the bed, and there is created new world by your mind. That is called a dreamy world. And when you goes in the sleep, deep sleep, there is no dream. There is two things. The Jagrat and the Swapna, the world and the dream, both are dissolved. So it proves this world is wrong, and that world is dreamy world is also wrong. And when you comes out from this deep sleep, that deep sleep become wrong. So it is proved these three are wrong. And then when you are stand in the samadhi, when you are stand in the awakeness, then both threes are wrong, and the path is strongly started from the samadhi. A samadhi is not the yoga kriya. Samadhi is not stopping the respiration. Samadhi, it means the equally stand in the existence. So the Kabir says Sahaj Samadhi. So the Ramayana says Sankara Sahaj Swarupa Samara Lagi Samadhi Akhanda Apara. That is the Sahaj Swarupa. It means your general existence, your form, your real form is Samadhi. So I will teach this Samadhi by the meditation, but this Samadhi is not unconsciousness. This Samadhi is not hibernation. This Samadhi is not a sleep. This Samadhi is not a mesmerism. This Samadhi is not a coma. This Samadhi is the extremely awakened souls. So this stanza is telling to Arjuna, Acharati Atmana Sreya. Atmana, it means knowing the Atma, knowing yourself, being yourself, awakening inside yourself, and that is only the topest welfare of the life. Sreya, it means the welfare. Sreya, it means the development. Sreya, it means the achievement. Sreya, it means going and getting the highest goal of the life. Sreya, it means the Kalyana. The Krishna is telling, when you do like this, tataha yanti param gatim, then after you will get the extreme destination of liberation, that is called supreme enlightenment, that is called Atma Jnana. Otherwise nobody can get it. So my dear friend, the Sadguru is teaching to Arjuna indirectly about the Antahkarna, and Sadguru want to detach Arjuna from Antahkarna, internal senses of person. Because you can detach from the physical body, but you cannot detach from mental body. And it is very hard to detach from causal body. So this is the science of detachment of physical, mental and causal body, micro body and causal body. It is the science of detachment of five koshas, panchakoshas. It is the spiritual science for the detachment of all the Maya. So, the words is different, but meaning is the same, the motive is the same, and object is the same, that the Sadguru want anyhow give you the supreme enlightenment of liberation, then you will not born and not die. A sister is asking to me today, Sadguru, you want to celebrate your enlightenment day? I say no. I say, neither I want to celebrate my birthday, nor I want to say celebrate my enlightenment day. I want to celebrate the meditation of awareness every day for everyone. I want give this wisdom all over the world. I want to make this planet peaceful, loving, tensionless. So my dear friend, the Krishna is telling here how to detach from antakarana, how to detach from manaha, mind, intellect, buddhi, chitta, muda, and the ego. So that mind, intellect, and ego, they are transformed into the lust, into the anger, into the greed, and many more deformities. Without seeing the mind, you cannot detach from mind. Without seeing the intellect, you cannot detach from intellect. Without seeing your mood, you cannot detach from the emotional disvalency. Without seeing your ego, you cannot detach from the arrogancy or ego or pride or false projection of supremacy or superiority complex. So the greed, that is the deep impression in the mood, and the kama, the lust is also that type of internal impression. It comes out like a software program of the computer. And all the mind, intellect, and mood, and lust, and anger, and greed, and idleness, and the contradiction, and the dilemmas, and the tensions, and the violence, and many things. The father of all these things, that is your ego, and the grandfather is ajnana. The grandfather is like the darkness of illusion of Maya. And the death of all this negativity, the eradication of all this negativity, the lack of all this negativity, and presence of the supreme knowing, that is called jnana. As when the sun rises, the dark goes. When the lamp is light, the dark goes. As then the supreme knowledge of liberation comes, the illusion of Maya is goes. So, the lack of internal divine pleasure, that is the presence of all pain of this world. When you awoke in internal divine pleasure, that is called ananda, then all pains, all deformities, all negativities, all dilemmas, all conditions, and every negative things will go, and you will live like a king, like an emperor. But there is no ego. But there is no pride. But there is no supremacy. But there is no any complexes. So knowing this extreme pleasure of the life, the key is Sakshi meditation. And the Jiva, which is the slave of the sensory hungers, the Jiva, which is the slave of the mind tricks, the Jiva, which is the slave of intellect flows, the Jiva, which is the slave of changing condition of the mood, Jiva, which is the slave of the ego, he is begging the drop by drop lust from the Maya, and Maya is kicking on the mouth like a female donkey kick the male donkey on mouth directly and break his lips and teeth for the small lust. My dear friend, why are you searching the drop on the leaves? If you have the big stream of the nectar inside of you, so the Sadguru teach the disciple, how can you separate, how can you detach from the lust, from the anger, from the greed. And then Sadguru give the support to the disciple in this journey with his divine love, with his affection, and teach the disciple like a small child. So my dear friend, if you want to avail this nectar of the enlightenment that is coming direct from the existence, then you should do one thing, you come in the shelter of the Sadguru Master, and second, you love with the Master purely, heartily, divine, and very, very good, and surrender yourself in the feet of the Master. Then after you do this meditation, as Master teach you, as Master directive you, then one day will come, then you will drink this nectar of the highest peace, highest pleasure, highest awaken, and then you will be liberated from this death and birth cycle that no door can push you in the hell. You cannot go in the lowest birth. You cannot go in the birth of the lust, birth of the anger, birth of greed. So, this supreme knowledge of liberation is called in India Atma Jnana. And all the illusion of the Maya is called Ajnana. That Ajnana is like a madness, like a mental disease. So Sadguru is the biggest psychologist, is the biggest doctor. Sadguru is biggest physiologist. Sadguru is biggest surgeon. Sadguru is the biggest creator inside of you. My dear friend, this madness will push you in very, very dirty birth and death. Only I can save you, only Sadguru can save you. And Sadguru will give you the purest, pure water of the Man Sarovar, the Gyan Sarovar, the knowledge, the pure divine lake water of knowledge. So, don't worry about anything. I am helping you. I am giving you my assistance. I am giving you my technology. I am giving you this enlightenment measures. I am surveillance in you. I will be your good friend. I will be your well-wisher. I will be yours. You will be mine. And I will be transformed you in the truest true form of existence. That is called Param Gati. That is called extreme destination. That is called being immortal soul. My dear friend, don't worry. If you do not get this achievement, but if you do this meditation 3 or 4 month continuously, then you will be feel inside peace and you will feel the tensionlessness. By this tensionlessness and by this feel, you will save yourself from tension created diseases. I want to repeat: the angina, heart attack, blood pressure, diabetes, failures of the organs, and all the physical deformities like the phallus. So, my dear friend, by this meditation, you can save your physical body, you can make your physical body healthy, strong, and capable. And secondly, you will get the good mental health because the phobias will go, the manias will go, the schizophrenias will go, the depression will go, the suicidal attack will go, and you will get the strong mental health by this meditation. Thirdly, things, by this meditation, you will never be imbalanced in emotions. You cannot be an emotional fool. You cannot be an emotional terrorist. You cannot be befooled by any brainwash of any person because you are awakened day by day. Nobody can make you the suicide bomber. Nobody make you physizing by this any type of your brainwash. Nobody, because you know truth. Nobody can make you fool. In the name of the God and Goddess, in the name of the God. God is very merciful. God cannot be cruel. And God cannot be permit to only one community to live in this world. God is the biggest liberator person. He loves all like a son. So by this meditation, we can save this earth from the many deformities like a terrorism, like a injustice, like a blast of emotions. We can control the emotion of all humans by this meditation. Because the internal awareness can set all things good. So my dear friend, for giving this world this type of biggest benefits, we created a mission, we imposed a mission on all of us, that is called world peace by meditation. I want to repeat, the yoga cannot give the world peace because yoga is a physical exercise. But with this yoga, if you do this meditation, then you will be physically strong and mentally aware and internally aware. Then this world peace by the meditation, this is our mission without any differentiation or prejudiceness. All nations is our nation. All citizens of the world, our brothers and sisters. The whole world is one family, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. So, I need your cooperation and help for this mission, not for me. I am independent monk. I can earn my money, my food, my shelter, my clothes, every my need can I fulfill. But I cannot fulfill the need for this mission because this is a big mission. We must be performed, we must be arranged, we must be managed. Many meditation camps in various countries. And we want many person join this meditation, applied meditation every day. In every country, in every city, in every house. So, for this noble purpose of welfare of all universe, all this planet, so we created a Sachidananda Adhyatma Seva Trust. And this trust has the bank accounts. And you can help this trust You can raise the fund. You can raise the human resources. You can create a big group of the seekers, of meditators or teachers of meditation. So that will be a noble work. And in the last of my discourse, I request you, please subscribe our video channel on YouTube, Swami Sachidanand. There is my photo in the circle, and we have only this internet medium to contact our disciples, our seekers and lovers. I am expressing my heartily love and blessing all of you. I love you very much. You are my soul, I am your soul. We are one love, we are one light, we are one consciousness. I don't want to change your religion. I want to change your internal stage. I will not pressurize you. You stay in your religion, but you do meditation, then you will feel the peace and tensionless. That will be great achievement of my life. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.